People of power, welcome to Mount Fitness MBS Ministry, where I am your host, Brother Minister Mongoose. And if you're tuning in for the first time, guys, please be advised that this is a holistic mind, body, and spirit ministry. So it's a different kind of ministry, and I'm also a different kind of minister. For more information about what I mean by that, please stay tuned to the end of the video. But for now, we're going to get right off into today's topic. And this is more so to the 144,000 because we are the tip of the spear. But it's also to the chosen ones, those who received the calling from the Lamb, the universe, whatever you want to refer to it as, and they have committed to go from being just the called ones to becoming and entering into the kingdom by way of being a chosen one. And this is achieved by them continuing to face the hurdles, the challenges, the trials, the tribulations, all the way to the end. The good book says only those who endure to the end will see the kingdom. And this is what separates the chosen ones from those who are just called. They got the call. Maybe they ignored the call in its entirety. Maybe they started to move forward in answering the call and making changes. But then it became too difficult. It became too lonely. They became too isolated. It became too confusing. And they aborted and went back into the ways of the world. Whether the ways of the world entailed them out there, engaging in worldly shenanigans and becoming a hooligan, or if it was just in their thoughts, their inner man or woman, their behavior, their conducts and things like that. But either way, they aborted the call. Now, this message is also for those of you who are what I would call sitting on the fence. And this sitting on the fence is essentially 85% of the population, the global population. These are the people that have an option to go either way, to follow this thing we call God or to continue on with the ways of the world. Pardon me. 85% of the people are of this ilk, if you will, of this spiritual nature. So we have the 10%ers who are seeking to lead the 85%ers to the path of destruction. And then we have what was also referred to as the poor righteous teachers, known as the 5%ers, who are also seeking to influence and lead the 85%ers to win souls and guide the 85%ers to the right path into the kingdom of heaven. So this message is for all those three groups, the 144,000, the 85%ers kind of teetering or tottering, as well as those who have gone from teetering and tottering. They've got the call, they're pursuing it, and they're seeking to become a chosen one by going through whatever rigors of the journey that may be required. So the message is for all three. And what we have to do, guys, we have to show it to them. We have to show it to them. Again, particularly the tip of the spear, the 144,000, those of us who know that we know that we know that we know that we know we know we know, because it's been downloaded directly to us by this thing that we call God. So the 85%ers, we have to show it to them. I'm sorry, the 144,000, we have to show it to them, period. Those are my spiritual family members that got the call and are following the Lamb wherever he goes. Leave this relationship, leave that city, stop going to this type of event, stop hanging out with those kinds of people, change your attitude, change your belief system, whatever he's downloaded to you, you're still following that Lamb wherever he leads. You're going from being a called one to a chosen one. You have to show it to him. You have to show it to him. And again, for those of you guys who may be teetering or tottering, you don't know which way to go. All of your friends, most of your family, the overwhelming majority of society has taken this path that leads to the great abyss, to the eternal abyss. And you're sitting there, you're not sure which way to go, but you are contemplating, and that tells me that you have in you what it takes to not just contemplate, but to hear that call, to receive that call, and to follow that call, and be entered into the kingdom by way of you following the truth wherever it leads. You have to show it to them. We have to show it to them, guys. Now, I'm gonna exclude the 85%ers, those who are kind of teetering and tottering, as it relates to me moving forward in this message. But as I've already established, this message is pertinent and relevant to them as well. And now we're going to zero in on the 144,000 and the chosen ones. And what I mean by you have to show it to them. We have to show it to them, guys. Because the only way we're going to take some of these 85%ers and move them from just teetering and tottering and sitting on the fence is we have to show it to them. And the only way, the 144,000 in particular, the only way we're going to lead, which is what we are divinely assigned to do, which is lead the chosen ones, inspire them, guide them, lead them, inspire them, teach them to keep following the Lamb, because our destiny as 144,000, it's already been predetermined. We're not going to have $1 more than what's been predetermined. We're not going to end up with $1 less. All of our mistakes, all of our victories, how many times we had to circle that mountain, it's all been predestined. You're not going to transition back to this thing that we call God one day early or one day late. Everything in our lives as members of the 144,000 has been predestined. And so we have been assigned to lead by example the chosen ones, to inspire them to keep going. Keep going. Don't give up. Don't become a chosen, a called one who followed the Lamb up to a certain point, and then for whatever reason it got too difficult, you became afraid, whatever, and then you regressed or abandoned the call altogether and went back into the ways of the world. Don't be that guy. And in order for you to not be that guy and not be that girl, those of us who are truly amongst 144,000, we have to show it to them, and we have to show it to the chosen ones as well. We have to show it, guys. The chosen ones, you have to show it to more so the 85%ers that we're talking about, those who are teetering and tottering, and they're contemplating pursuing this path that leads to eternal life, but they don't know how to go about it. They don't know the first steps to take. See, we're living in this day, and I'm going to pivot just ever so slightly to refer to a message that I have posted, that I've tabled several different times in the past, and that I will continue to table moving forward in the future, because it's a very relevant and substantive message. And that message is that, to a large extent, Judgment Day has already happened. We know that things are born in the spirit realm first, and then they manifest in the physical realm. So the spiritual Judgment Day has already happened. Now the spiritual Armageddon, that's still taking place. And, unless Heavenly Father intervenes, the physical Armageddon will take place in its due season as well. But the spiritual Judgment Day has already happened, which is to say, those who are amongst the 5%ers, the 144,000 are not in the 5%er, because 144,000 is a lot less than a lot less of a percentage than this of 6 billion people that's on this planet right now. But the 144,000 merged in with the chosen ones. We are the 5%ers. And our hearts, again, the 144,000, it's been predestined. We didn't choose God. God chose us. He chose us before the foundation of the earth was laid. But the 144,000 merged into the count with the chosen ones. We make up the 5%ers. And so our fate is sealed. The only thing that the chosen ones have to do is keep going. And again, the 144,000 don't have there's no out. There's no detour, there's no off ramp. But the point that I'm making is we have to show it to the 85%ers. We have to win souls, guys. And we have to do this by leading by example. See, this judgment day has already happened, and so most people that are amongst these 85%ers, they don't believe in God anymore. They've witnessed the shift. They've witnessed, whether they are in tune with it in a precise and a honed-in way, or if there's just something in them that says, you know what, human beings have changed. Human beings have changed. Our attitude, our behavior to one another, our hopes and dreams for the future, what we think about ourselves, and so forth and so on. People have awakened to the fact that the world has changed. And when they see this, now that they're aware that this world has changed, when they look out on the horizon, when they look in their neighborhood, when they look on the news, when they go to the gas station, the supermarket, when they walk through their neighborhood, when they're at their family reunion, all they see, for the most part, is darkness. All they see is the 10%ers who are pulling the strings on the 85%ers, because most people don't believe that this thing that we call God exists. Remember, there's only 5% of us out there. So out of 100 people, only 5 are carrying this thing that we call the light. And they're carrying it as a chosen one, or as I mentioned, those people who are following the Lamb and will ultimately end up as a chosen one, or they're a member of the 144,000, which is even that much more to the vanishing point in terms of coming across someone who's carrying that degree of the light. So all people see, for the most part, is darkness, selfishness, lust, greed, arrogance, disingenuousness, a hive-minded approach. Everybody's trying to fit in. And that's all they see. But it's our God-given assignment to show it to them. People need to know that God, whatever God means to you, is still on the throne, that is still real. And there's only a few of us that have been gifted with the assignment to show them. We have to show it to them, guys. People have given up on the light. People have quit on the light. And as a result, people have quit on themselves. It's cool to be, politically correct and hold the door when somebody's coming through and say good morning, but it's overwhelmingly empty. And we all know that. It's politically correct, which means it's basically theater. We're doing the superficial things. Most people are doing the superficial things. And there's no love behind it. There's no real compassion behind it. There's no real interest in really being nice, or there's no meaningfulness in really being kind and really being, supportive of your fellow man or woman. It's just all superficial. So we have to show it to them, guys. We have to show it to them. That love, compassion, courage, authenticity, bravery, tolerance, having the courage of our convictions. We have to show it to them, guys, that these things are still real. People need to know that God is still real and he's still on the throne. And not only that, he's still performing miracles. This is what I mean by show it to them, because you, no doubt, the 144,000, but also my spiritual family members that are amongst the chosen ones. The good book refers to as the great multitude. You are a walking miracle. Have you sat down and thought about how strong you are? Have you sat down and really zeroed in on the amount of focus it takes for you to sometimes just be you? To sometimes make it through that toxic work environment where everybody is seemingly throwing proverbial darts at you? Have you sat down and realized that even in the midst of it all, you still persevere and let your favorite cartoon, let your favorite commercial, let a new joke come across the radar, whatever, you're quick to smile. You still got that laughter. You still got that joy. You still got that zest and that zeal in life. Think about it. And you have to show it to these people. You have to show it so that the people that are teetering and tottering can see, wow, this thing that I don't believe in anymore, God, the universe, infinite intelligence, Allah, Buddha, Christ consciousness, whatever you call it, it's still real because I see that guy and I see that girl taking the bumps, the bruises, the fiery darts, and they still won't surrender their soul. They still won't dumb down or kiss up. They still won't discard. They won't commit suicide of their God-given authenticity in order to make somebody else feel comfortable. You are a walking miracle. You have to show it to them, guys. You have to show it to them. And I know some of you guys out there may be going through this phase that we've all gone through, including myself, where when you get to a certain degree of your awakening and you realize some of the truths that I'm mentioning, that, hey man, most people are just bugged out. Most people are just rude, disingenuous, insincere. Always they would rather compete, than try to cooperate and build something. They're about self-destruction, not about, self-development. When you realize these truths, there's a phase that we've all gone through. And maybe some of you are going through it now where you see the world is crazy and you're like, man, am I the only one getting this? Everybody's rude, mean-spirited, everybody's disingenuous, so I'll just put the blinders on. I won't boom out my love, my joy, my compassion, my courage, my tolerance, my wisdom. I'll just put the blinders on because nobody wants to see it. This is contradictory to what everybody else is about. So I'm just going to play it safe and I'm just going to put the blinders on and go to my workstation or go into the supermarket or the ball game, whatever it is, and just put the blinders on. Stay in my own little world. And that's what the enemy wants you to do. That's what the enemy wanted me and all of us to do. To stay in our own little world and not show it to him. He don't want you showing that laughter, that joy, that willingness, that ability to forgive, to be humble, to be tolerant, to be modest. He wants you to walk in peace. Just keep all of that to yourself. And these 85%ers, that the 10%ers are out there manipulating, controlling, and deceiving, they never see it. And this is how the world continues to go to hell in a handbasket. You have to show it to them. You have to show, hey, listen, I'm not going to play small. I'm not going to disown my power. I'm not going to run away from my God-given authenticity. I'm not afraid to be courageous. I'm not afraid to be humble. So what you feel or society feels, it makes me look like a coward. Who gives a darn anymore? We're here to show it to them because you know who you are. See, when they can't love fully, they're going to think that your love is incomplete. But you have to show it to them. You have to show it to them. No, this love, this joy, this zest, this zeal, it's not make-believe. This is what's operating. This is what's emanating inside of me. Love and peace. And the quest and the implementation of wisdom. The quest for and the implementation of wisdom. And kindness. And courage and boldness. You have to show it to them, guys. You have to show it to them. Because these 85%ers, the more you go out there, and as I mentioned, some of my spiritual family members may be on this level to where, just put the blinders on and nobody's interested in it. And, the more I reach out in peace and love, the more people tear it down and it irritates people. I know this, so I'll just keep it to myself. No, the devil is a lie. Some of my brothers and sisters may very well be going through that. And yet some of my other brothers and sisters have cleared that hurdle. And you are showing it to them. Keep on showing it to them. People need to see it. People got to know. We're not playing small for you. We're not playing small for these clowns anymore. And furthermore, we're not afraid to discern the spirits. Because again, for this journey that some of my spiritual family members may still be on, we've all been there before. One of the things that we do as we simultaneously have kind of walked into that corner of ourselves, walked into that corner of society, and just didn't boom out love and joy and zest and zeal and patience and tolerance and compassion. We didn't boom out. We kept it all to ourselves. And while we were doing that, we also developed unintentionally this habit of not even discerning the spirits anymore. And what I mean by that, a guy or girl that you're unsure, you haven't discerned just yet if they're a 10%er, 85%er looking to make changes, or perhaps even a 5%er. You haven't discerned that just yet. But they approach, and their willingness to interact seems neutral, and sometimes it even seems genuine in the fact that it's on board. It's with moving forward in the light. But every time that you investigated that, every time you reached out and gave someone a compliment, gave someone a pat on the back, encouraged someone, assisted someone, had a basic conversation with someone, then right after that you discerned that they were a disingenuous person. They were a clown, a complete and a whole clown. You discerned that. And after over and over and over and over and over again of experiencing that, what we unfortunately did was we started to not even discern the spirits. This person seems like they want to get they want eye contact, they want a conversation. But because we've been burnt, we've been scarred so many times in the past, no, I'm just going to keep the blinders on. Thank you. No, the devil is a lie. Show it to him. I'm not afraid to discern the spirits. You want to come to me as a Decepticon and think that because you have that game down cold, it's just a matter of time. Yeah, I'll exchange or say a little word with you, or fist bump or, do whatever's necessary for me to collect enough information for me to discern that spirit. And then once I realize that you're a Decepticon, you're a Fugazi, you're a fake, a fraud, and a phony, my feelings ain't hurt. I've done my job because we're commanded to discern the spirits. So show it to them. Don't be walking around here afraid to discern the spirits anymore. You may see somebody, a guy or girl you like. Give them a fist bump. You may be attracted to them, whatever. Give them a fist bump. Say good day to them, whatever the case may be. And if they turn out to be a fraudulent individual, your feelings don't need to be hurt. You've done your job. Your feelings should never be hurt when you've done your job, especially when the job that you've done is a God-ordained job. So show it to them. Ain't afraid to discern your spirits. You want to walk up and pretend to be friendly, pretend to be kind, pretend to be genuine. That's fine. Because I know, and so do you, we know that it's only just going to be a brief matter of time before what's in the dark is brought to the light, and we're going to see these clowns for being a clown, and we just keep it moving. But we're not going to be afraid to discern the spirits when that person could be one of those 85%ers who are genuine for real, who are authentic, who really, really, the old times would say, love your style, love your substance, love the way you handle all the madness and the drama going around. But if you don't discern that spirit, like the enemy would love for you to do, then you missed out on a person that you was there to help, to lead, to guide, or perhaps a blessing that he sent to you. Someone that's going to give you information about your journey, someone that was going to invest in your business, someone that was going to give you a kind word and to strengthen you, whatever. So you have to show it to them. We're not afraid, guys. We're not afraid to be these walking miracles. It's a miracle. You are a walking miracle. You really are. They're studying you from over there in the corners. They're watching you on tape if you're in a secure environment, a job, a workplace, and somebody's, the place is being recorded for safety reasons, and they got people there watching the monitors. They're watching you. Your co-workers, your neighbors. You have their scanners. They can't figure you out. How can this be? You're moving forward. You're showing it to them. And you don't need their approval. You don't need their validation. You're just showing it to them. Walking in who and what God made you to be. Show it to them. Show it to them. You have to put it on display, because others will be attracted to that. And you have to be discerning and make sure these others are clean-hearted, genuine people and not Decepticons, because you're going to attract those that are sincere and those that are disingenuous. That's just the way this game goes. But he's given us the discernment that we need, so we don't have to worry about being victimized. We can just set our feelings aside. If someone played a role and they tricked us for a day or a week or a couple dates or whatever, tricked you to invest some money with them or whatever, tricked you out of some kind words, and then it was revealed to you, you don't have to be afraid of that. You've done your job. And every time you go through that, it sharpens your discernment, so that when the Decepticon comes next time, you can read it more effectively, more efficiently. And when that genuine soul comes along, you can read that even as more effectively and efficiently as well. So this is what we're here to do, guys. We're here to show it to them. We're here to show it to them, man, that the goodness is real. Goodliness is godliness. Your attitude, your behavior, your conduct, your mannerisms, your confidence, your humbleness, your compassion, your ability to remain calm in a storm, your ability to stand up and check somebody if they got it coming. Show it all to them. These are all different attributes of this thing that we call God. You have to show it to them, guys. You have to show it to them. Period. So I'm going to prepare to close this out right there. And I know that some of my spiritual brothers and sisters out there, you are showing it to them. And I salute you and I celebrate you as well. To my spiritual family members that aren't there yet, I salute and I celebrate you as well. Because every time that you get up and you refuse to surrender your soul, you're showing it to them. Doesn't matter if you circle that mountain 1,000 times or 1,000 years. It doesn't matter. They're seeing you. People on the job, wherever you go, people are tearing you down. They're getting the best of you, draining your energy. You overreacted and they got to, rush out of the energy that you gave them, or, they hurt your feelings and you was down and out, but you got back up. People are seeing that. And they're saying, how can this be? How can this guy, how can this girl continue to get up, to have love, faith, confidence, joy, maintain their authenticity, their integrity, even though every single person seems to be throwing darts at them? How can this be? It's a miracle. It doesn't make sense to them, but faith doesn't make sense. No way. Sometimes faith doesn't make sense, and sense doesn't make faith. We already know these things, guys. So, again, for my spiritual brothers and sisters that aren't there yet, just keep going. You're showing it to them every time you fall down and get back up. I don't care if you fall down 1,000 times in one day. Keep getting back up. Get up 1,001 times in one day. And keep on getting up. And the next thing you know, you've gone from falling down or being pissed off or letting them rob you of your energy and rob you of your confidence, and you being a little bit disingenuous yourself just to fit in or to see if they'll stop throwing fiery darts at you. Whatever it is, you realize that you were doing this 1,000 times a day, just throwing a number out. You were doing this 1,000 times a day, but you kept getting up like, man, that ain't me. That's not what I think. That's not what I believe. I just said that because I want to seem important or fit in with the crowd, or I thought if I agreed to that, they would stop throwing darts at me. Whatever. You're doing those things 1,000 times a day. You keep on getting up, going to Him in prayer, going to your inner man or woman, which is where He lives. Greater is He that is in me than he that is in the world. And you keep getting up. And the next thing you know, you were doing that 1,000 times a day. Then you're doing it 900 times a day. Then 800 times a day. Then 500 times a day. Then 400, 300, 100. 20 times, 10 times a day. And then you get there to where you realize that in divine timing, in His divine timing, in His divine season, that was the stuff that you needed to go to get to the level to where now you can just show it to Him. You ain't got to be a fake. You ain't got to be a phony. Who cares? Let them look. Let them stare. Let them talk. Let them laugh. Let them mock. They don't have a life. They don't have a life. If they did, they wouldn't be spending so much time focusing on you and your life. So be encouraged, guys, and show it to them. Your joy, your smile, your happiness, and keep it authentic. You don't have to go over the top with it. Just keep it real. Keep it centered. Don't be no more or no less than who and what you are. And then you start to see these 85%ers getting closer and closer. They was watching you. First, they probably was just being misled. And they were just attacking you. They were being misled by the 10%ers. And so they probably started off attacking you and mocking you and ridiculing you and doing all these things. But then they realized you kept showing up. You kept taking control of the room that you were never invited into. And you realize that you do this by taking control of the energy that's within you. And so the 85%ers, the 10%ers, they're going to always be haters. That's period. Darkness is going to be darkness. The good book says you can't make a crooked branch straight. So they're going to be crooked. Leave them out there doing what they need to do. Karma will take care of them. But then you'll realize the more and more you fall down and get up, or the more and more you show it to them, the more and more these 85%ers that may have been watching you from the corner, or maybe they was participating in some of the attacks upon you, but then you begin to realize they ain't attacking you no more. They're sitting back like that. What? This thing we call God, this thing we call the light, like it's real? I thought it wasn't real. I don't see anybody moving like that. I don't see anybody's conduct and behavior like that. And then they stopped attacking you. Then they just started watching you from the other end of the office space. Then they got a little bit closer. And they got a little bit closer and a little bit closer because you keep showing it to them. And then eventually, they approach and say, hey, you know what? Whatever their approach is, how do you do it? How do you stay so calm? How do you stand up for yourself, but you don't overreact? Or, how do you find it to just walk away? How are you not torn down by this toxic environment that's torn everybody down and is literally feeding off of their life force energy? How do you do it? And that discernment kicks in. You discern that spirit. You discern that soul. And Heavenly Father leads you into, I just kind of stay to myself. If you discern that they're a disingenuous person, man, I just stay to myself. I put God first, man. But, really not interested in having a conversation about it, man. And you keep it moving. But if He reveals to you that their heart is in the right place, then He'll also reveal to you how to lead them, how to inspire them, how to continue to deport yourself, how to encourage them, what information they're ready for, what information they're not ready for, etc., etc. But it all starts with you showing it to them. So keep showing it to them, guys. And if you aren't there yet, keep going, because you're showing it to them already. And if you are there yet, remember, stand modest, stand humble, and realize that the assignment goes on. You've cleared that hurdle. Okay, now what? Lead, guide, inspire. Help the chosen ones who are still trying to figure it out. Keep pushing out love and high energy and all those kinds of things. If there's something this ministry can do to help you in this regard, reach out. I love the opportunity to speak with you guys. When it comes to this ministry being a holistic mind, body, and spirit ministry, this ministry is promoting mental, physical, and spiritual health and wellness. Now, there are some specific services that are provided by this ministry that are designed to help you achieve this holistic health and wellness. Now, and so I invite you to please watch a video that's titled MBS Service Tutorial. Also, guys, please watch a video to do me a personal favor. Watch a video that's titled My Testimony and Disclosure. That's going to share with you my personal testimony, of course, and it's also going to talk to you about the actual roots and the origins of the ministry itself. So my testimony and disclosure about me personally, that gives me the opportunity to honor God by way of sharing my testimony. And then the MBS service tutorial visit is going to talk about the actual services. Please also visit the physical fitness branch of the ministry located at mountfitnessmbs.com. If you have any follow-up questions, if you're interested in any of the services, hit the email link down in the description box. I'd love the opportunity to speak with you. You can also hit the email address if you're interested in prayer, research, or study material. If you have any follow-up questions about today's topic or any other topic, etc., etc., I'd love the opportunity to speak with you guys. Please also give back to this ministry. If you found value, any value whatsoever, please give back to this ministry. Send out a powerful message to the universe that says, hey man, I think this ministry can be of service to humanity. You can send this powerful message out by hitting the share button. That's the most important button of all when it comes to this ministry. Share the message. That's what I'm doing, guys. That's my anointing. That's my calling, to share the message, the gospel, which is the good news. So hit the share button, guys, if you would, please. Somebody may need to hear that. It'll mean a lot to me if you hit the share button. It also could mean even more to somebody who needs to hear that message right at the precise moment that you share it. Then follow that up, if the Holy Spirit moves you to do so, by hitting the subscribe if you aren't already subscribed, the bell icon, to get notifications, and the thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. If you'd like to make a monetary donation to show your thanks, your support, you can buy me a cup of coffee. I think that's what they call it. I don't have the app or whatever. But you can spend $1, you can send $1 or $100. It doesn't matter. The universe is going to see your heart just the same. I'm going to leave a Cash App link down in the description box if you'd like to show your thanks, your appreciation by way of a monetary donation. But I believe that's everything. Keep in mind, guys, that you will receive your abundant harvest, shaken down, pressed together, and running over for any good seed that you pour back into this ministry. He's promised that, and I decree it to be so in your life. Last but certainly not least, guys, regardless of what's going on, you have been anointed to make sure that your mind, your body, and your spirit remains as beautiful, as strong, and as vibrant as possible. This ministry has been anointed to help you achieve that goal. Reach out if I can be of assistance to you guys. Thanks again for all the love and support. Go out there and show it to them, guys. God is real, man. God is real. This ain't you. You didn't overcome everything you've overcome by you. I didn't come everything I've overcome by me, not even a little bit. Not because I'm strong, not because I'm smart, not because I'm whatever, not because I'm lucky, only because of him. And we have to give back by showing it to him, guys. He's real. He's still on the throne. He's still providing miracles, man. So let your love, let your joy, confidence, your wisdom, your humbleness, your tolerance, your compassion, your authenticity, let it all, put it all on display. Don't hold back nothing. He didn't give you anything for you to hold back. The good book says, who would go out and purchase a candle, take it home, light it, and then sit it under the bed? No. You sit it up top so it can be seen. Show it to them, guys. That's what I got for you guys. I love you all. Reach out if I can be of assistance to you. I love you all whose heart are in the right place. Thank you so very much. I am Brother Minister Mongoose. Pardon me, guys. But I am Brother Minister Mongoose, and I will holler back. Peace.